In 2004, I had the privilege of meeting my new daughter. Allie Jo was born in November of that year, so my son got a new sister and we got a new addition. Let me tell you, things got hectic real quick. As my sister-in-law used to say, 1 is 1 and 2 is 10. I remember leaving the grocery store one day with Shelly and little baby Allie, and we had loaded up the car with the food, and my wife was holding Allie Jo. Shelly handed her to me so that she could get Josh buckled into the car, and that's when it happened. I took my daughter into my arms and I instantly went down on one knee. My legs were numb and I thought I was going to drop her. I called out to Shelly and she turned around just in time and grabbed Allie from my arms. I slowly got up and I pulled myself into the car. I was shaken up by the numbness in my legs, but to be honest with you, I was most frightened by the fact that I had almost dropped my newborn daughter. Now, fortunately, the numbness in my legs was an easy fix. You see, during my wife's pregnancy, I had gained a lot of weight. She had a baby and lost some of her weight, but I still looked like I was expecting. Due to my added weight gain, my pants had become tighter, and that fact, combined with my belt being too tight, had pinched some nerves in my waist, and so it was a pretty easy fix. A little bigger pants and a new belt allowed the nerves to go back to normal. But this was a huge wake-up call for me. Life wasn't just about me anymore. You see, there were 3 other people depending on my physical and mental performance. My lack of focus on my weight had caused me to almost drop my daughter, and unbeknownst to me, it had caused me to underperform at work due to my low energy levels. The health spoke in the wheel of life is one that is rarely in balance. I either find people that are in the place that I was with a complete neglect for their health, or I find that people are obsessive. Both extremes can have a bad effect on a smooth running wheel. In my case, I was sympathy eating and stress eating. My habits had become so ingrained that I had a problem giving up the habit of feeding my face. Eating less seemed like torture, but what I found was that if I replaced the habit with a new habit of light exercise, before long, the old habit of eating too much was replaced. Now, for some people, the problem is drugs. For some, the problem is alcohol. For some, smoking. And for others, it could be diet soda. Whatever you put in your body has an effect on you. Now, I'm not a dietitian or a physical fitness expert. That's pretty obvious. But I think most of this is just common sense. We just need to be reminded of it from time to time so that we can get our health spoke into balance. Some people, who I just can't relate to, take exercise to a whole new level. They work out all the time, and sometimes that commitment begins to affect the other spokes on the wheel. A few years ago, the wife of a friend of mine became obsessed with running and working out. She was visiting the gym more than any other place. Unfortunately, she spent so much time there that she kindled a romance with one of the men at the gym, and it caused a fracture in her marriage that led to a divorce. Now, that's an extreme case, but it is a great example of what can happen when you allow the health spoke to get out of balance. In my case, I moderated my food and bought a fun chopper bicycle that I began riding every day. Before long, I had lost a few pounds. My cholesterol came down and my energy went up. I felt better and I performed better at work and for my family. When looking at the wheel of life, it's wise to listen to the wise words of Oscar Wilde. Everything in moderation, including moderation.